Hello children, hope you all are doing very good. For the next academic year, we will start with our new chapter, Triangles from Geometry. So here what you see is, in this session we will recall what was learned in the previous classes. Congruent triangles, similar polygons is our topic of discussion. Then similar triangles, and we will go through few examples, and then we will end the session with basic proportionality theorem or Thales theorem. So let's recall what was learned in the previous classes about triangles. We had learned something called as congruency of triangles. What do you mean by the term congruent? Congruent means equal. When do we say that two triangles or two polygons are congruent? Two polygons are said to be congruent if they are of the same shape and size. For example, here you see two triangles. ABC is one triangle, and there's another triangle PQR. Can we say these two triangles are congruent? Yes, we can say if the two conditions satisfy. The corresponding sides of these two triangles must be equal and the corresponding angles must be equal. Here we have marked these angles to say that they are equal, and the sides are also equal. So we can conclude that these two triangles are congruent. When we studied congruency of triangles, we have seen many criteria like SSS, SAS, ASA and RHS congruence rules to conclude or verify that two polygons are congruent. Every time we need not verify all the three pairs of sides and angles are equal. We can just conclude them by these congruence rules like SSS, SAS, ASA and RHS. Now we will move on slightly to a different concept from congruency. So what did we conclude in the last year? We can say that two polygons are congruent if the corresponding angles are equal and corresponding sides are equal. Then we say the two polygons are congruent or two triangles are congruent if we see a small change in this. If the corresponding angles are equal but the corresponding sides need not be equal, they are unequal but they are proportional, then we call such polygons as not congruent but it is similar. So what do we mean by similar polygons? When do we call two polygons as similar? Two polygons are said to be similar if they are of the same shape, not necessarily to be of the same size. For example, consider a quadrilateral ABCD and PQRS. Here the angles A and B are equal, A and P are equal, B and Q are equal, D and S are equal, C and R are equal. So from these two quadrilaterals, what do we understand? These two quadrilaterals have equal angles but their sides are not equal. But they are similar. How do we say that? Consider AB side. Consider these two quadrilaterals ABCD and PQRS. PQRS and ABCD appear to be similar. How do we say that? We just see that they have the same shape but not the size. PQRS is an enlarged form of ABCD. How do we say that? We will consider each and every corresponding side. AD is corresponding to PS. How big is PS when compared to AD? I'll write the measurements now. And these are the measurements given for both the quadrilaterals. How is PS enlarged when compared to AD? AD is 2 cm, whereas PS is 4 cm. What about AB and PQ, which is a corresponding side for AB is PQ AB is 2 centimeter, whereas PQ is 4 centimeter. How is it enlarged? PS is 2 times bigger than AD. PQ is 2 times bigger than AB. How do we say that? If you put them in the ratio AD by PS, it is 2 by 4. That is how we say PS is 2 times AD. AB by PQ is 2 by 4. What about BC? What is the corresponding side for BC? It is QR. BC by QR is again 4 by 8, which is 1 by 2. Then consider the last pair of sides, CD by RS, 3 by 6, which is again 1 by 2. So this reduces to 1 by 2, and AB by PQ also gets reduced to 1 by 2. So here what do we see that PQRS quadrilateral is enlarged when compared to ABCD proportionally, that is their corresponding sides are increased in the same ratio. That is why we call these two quadrilaterals as similar polygons. So now we define what is similar polygon once again. We say two polygons are similar when the corresponding sides are proportional or are in the same ratio. And the corresponding angles must be equal.
Start.
Why is similar polygons or the concept of similar polygon is so important? In our day-to-day life, in our real-time life, we use these concepts vastly, and in photography and in construction, we use these concepts. For example, you go to Photoshop and order for a print passport size photographs or postcard size photographs, stamp size photographs. You just order and come, right? But the photographer takes only one picture of which has a film size of 35 mm. But when you order for passport size or a postcard size, it is 45 and 55 mm. He will just develop it into that particular size that we ask for. So there they use a concept for similar polygons. Each line segment is increased proportionally. What about the blueprint for the construction of the buildings? They use a concept called a scale factor. Scale factor is nothing but the corresponding sides or the corresponding line segments of each building is increase or decrease in the same ratio. So similar polygons are used in these kind of applications. So here's an assignment for you people so that you'll understand the concept better. For the first question, ABCD is a quadrilateral and PQRS is a quadrilateral. You need to verify whether the following polygons are similar. So what are the two conditions for similar polygons? The corresponding sides must be proportional and the corresponding angles must be equal. So you check for those two conditions for the first question and the second question. Here for example, I'll just tell you what you need to do for ABCD and PQRS. What will you find out? AB by PQ and then BC by QR. These are the corresponding sides. What is the value of AB by PQ? 2 by 4. Whereas BC and QR 2 by 4. It is the same, but I want you people to do this and we will discuss the answer in the next session. Don't you? So we are discussing similar polygons. There are a few polygons which are always similar. For example, squares. Two square will always be similar. That is because all the sides are equal in square always. A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S are two squares. If the measurement for ABCD is 2 centimeter and 4 centimeter for this PQRS, it will always be similar. Why? Because the ratio of the sides will always be equal and angles in any square is 90 degree. Right? So squares are always similar polygons. What about circles? They are always similar because the radii can change but the shape cannot change. The size of the circles vary based on the radii but the shape will never change. What about equilateral triangles? Angles in an equilateral triangle is always 60 degree. So when we compare two equilateral triangles, the angles are always equal. What about the sides? Sides are equal in one equilateral triangle, and when we compare with another equilateral triangle, it will be equal. So when we take their ratios, AB by PQ will always be equal to BC by QR and AC by PR. Therefore, equilateral triangles are also similar polygons always. What about congruent figures? When we say congruent, we say that the corresponding angles are equal, corresponding sides are equal. So they are always similar. Point of view. What does the statement say? If a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides at distinct points, then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. So we will divide that statement as per our triangle. Here consider the triangle ABC. What does the statement say? If a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle. So we have drawn a line which is parallel to BC. This is one of the side of the triangle ABC. We will consider this side BC. We have drawn a line which is parallel to BC. These arrows indicate that these two lines are parallel. To intersect the other two sides at distinct points. So this line intersects the other two sides, that is AB and AC at D and E. Then the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. Which are the other two sides? AB and AC are divided by this line in the same ratio. That is, proportionally it divides. So we will reconsider the statement. If a line is drawn parallel, we draw this line parallel to one side of the triangle ABC, which is BC. This line is drawn parallel to BC in such a way that it intersects the triangle at distinct points. That is, D and E are the distinct points. If it divides in this way, being parallel to the third side, the other two sides of the triangle are divided in the same ratio. That means the sides A, B and AC are divided in the same ratio. That is, AB is divided as AD and DB. That is, when we say same ratio, it is AD divided by DB will be equal to AE divided by EC. This is what we have seen to prove the similar polygons. When do we say two polygons are similar? When the corresponding sides are proportional or in the same ratio. What did we do there? We divided the sides to check whether they were proportional. Here we do the same thing. AD by DB is equal to AE by EC. These are the other two sides because this line is parallel to the third side BC. This is what we need to prove from the theorem. We do a small construction here to prove this theorem. That is, we join BE and DC, and then from the point E we drop a perpendicular, and from point D perpendicular to AC, and we name it as M and N. So DN is perpendicular to the line AC, EN is perpendicular to the line AB. So we write the construction: join BE and CD. Which is the other construction that we have made? Draw EN perpendicular to AB and DM perpendicular to AC. These are the two perpendiculars which were drawn. Now we will go to the proof. So we all know that how do we calculate the area of any triangle? Half base into height. We will consider the triangle ADE here, which is formed. ADE. In triangle ADE. What is the area of the triangle ADE? Area of the triangle can be represented as, in short, as AR. So we will consider this ADE. How do we calculate the area of this triangle? Consider AD as a base. So what is EM? It is a perpendicular line which is drawn to the base AD. When we say it is perpendicular, it is nothing but the altitude or height for the triangle. Therefore, we can say that what is the area of the triangle? Half base into height. Half base is AD and EM will be the height. Half into base into height. If you consider the base as AD, the perpendicular which is drawn to that base is EN. Similarly, what is the area of the triangle? When we join BE and CD, there are two triangles which are formed, BDE and CDE. Now we will, because we are on this side, we have considered AD as the base, and we will consider this triangle BDE, and we will consider BD as the base. Area of triangle BDE is half into base is BD into what is the height for this triangle? There is no perpendicular here. This perpendicular, when we extend this line BD to BA, this EN is actually a perpendicular line to AB. Therefore, that becomes the altitude. EN is again the altitude for triangle BDE. Now, again we consider the triangle ADE. On the other side, we will consider AE as a base now. So, what is the perpendicular drawn? DM will be the perpendicular. So, the area of triangle ADE from this side is half base is AE into the perpendicular is DM. Because we are on this side, we will consider the other triangle DEC, where EC becomes the base. Area of triangle DEC. If the base is EC, which is the altitude, DM becomes the altitude. As you extend the E to A, DM is a perpendicular line on the AC. We have seen that in the construction. Therefore, area of the triangle DEC will be half into base is EC into perpendicular line DN. Now we can see that these two triangles BDE and DEC, do they lie on the same base? If you consider DE as the base for these two triangles, they lie on the same base and they are between the two parallels DE and BC. We have seen in our previous classes, in the 9th class, that if two triangles lie on the same base and between the same parallels, their area will be equal. Their areas are equal. Therefore, we will write the reason. Triangles BDE and triangle DEC lie on the same base. And which is that base? DE. And between the same parallels, which are the two parallel lines? DE and BC. We can conclude that area of triangle BDE will be equal to area of triangle DEC. This is what we had proven in the previous class, in 9th. Now we will take the ratio of, we need to prove that AD by DB is equal to AE by EC, right? So that we will take the ratio of area of triangle, these two equations. Area of triangle ADE is equal to half into AD into EN by half into BD into EN. We see that they get cancelled and it gives us AD by BD. We will name this as equation 1. Then we will take the another ratio, area of triangle ADE. Area of triangle ADE with DEC. Half into AE into DM by half into AEC into DM. We see that it reduces to AE by EC. And we will name this equation as 2. And since the area of triangle BDE and DEC is equal, here we see that we have already given the reason why these two are equal, right? So we will write in place of DEC, we can write area of triangle BDE. So in this equation, we will substitute this in equation 2. Area of triangle ADE by area of triangle BDE is equal to AD by BD. In place of DEC, we will substitute area of triangle BDE. So what happens to the left hand side? It will get reduced to area of triangle ADE by area of triangle BDE. What happens to the right hand side? AD by BD will be equal to AE by EC because the LHS becomes equal, the RHS also is equal. Here you can write it as substituting for area of triangle DEC. So this is basic proportionality theorem or the Thales theorem. What did we do? We will just recap what we did for the proof. We have considered triangle ADE. We have calculated the area of the triangle ADE from this side, from AB side, that is we consider with the AD as a base and then with the AE as a base, and we know that BED triangle and DEC triangle lie on the same base and between the same two parallels, they are equal, their areas are equal, therefore we equate them and take the ratios. We ended up with the corresponding sides being proportional. Practice this theorem not once, more than once. You practice and let me know how much you have understood this theorem. Okay children, see you in the next session. Thank you.